Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. So yesterday, as I'm on the internet over on Twitter, I find out that the Walking Dead comics are ending. This is unprecedented news. Why, Robert Kirkman? What's going on? What's going on? Who made this decision? This is insane. We all know the Walking Dead TV shows have lost a lot of popularity. No question about it. It's been a creative shit pile, really, for quite a few seasons now. And it looks like maybe this decision comes from a lack of interest. I don't know. Let's read the article by The Hollywood Reporter. Walking Dead comic source of multi-billion-dollar franchise ends with surprise finale. Robert Kirkman, Charlie Allard's zombie epic closes with issue 193. Often described as the zombie movie that never ends, The Walking Dead has finally defied its core premise by ending. The Image Comics and Skybound Entertainment comic book series, first published in 2003, has reached its conclusion in a fashion that mirrors the way in which main characters were regularly killed off, with no warning at all. Creator Robert Kirkman and artist Charlie Allard concluded the industry-changing comic book series with Wednesday's The Walking Dead number 193, an extra-sized edition that plays out as a sprawling epilogue to Rick Grimes' story. The series finale comes just shy of a landmark 200th issue. What's more, the ending has arrived without any advance warning, to the point that Kirkman and Skybound solicited several subsequent issues with cover art from Allard. These covers and solicitations were created to preserve the secret behind the series finale, according to Kirkman himself. This is what he had to say. I hate knowing what's coming, Kirkman wrote in the concluding pages of The Walking Dead number 193. As a fan, I hate it when I realise I'm in the third act of a movie and the story is winding down. That's true, actually. I hate that I can count commercial breaks and know I'm nearing the end of a TV show. I hate that you can feel when you're getting to the end of a book or a graphic novel. Some of the best episodes of Game of Thrones, when they restructured in such a way and paced to perfection so your brain can't tell if it's been watching for 15 minutes or 50 minutes, and when the end comes, you're stunned. I love long movies. I do too, Robert. For that very reason, he continued, you lose track of time because you went in convinced that you're going to be there for a long time. But the story moves at such an entertaining and engaging pace that by the time the movie's wrapping up, you can't believe it's already over. Surprise, it's over. All I've ever done, all a creator can really do is tailor, make stories to entertain themselves and hope the audience feels the same way. That's all I've ever been doing, and it seems to work most of the time. To be sure, the Walking Dead comics have been the source material for what has become a multi-billion-dollar franchise that now includes 5 TV series, 4 scripted plus Talking Dead. There also are merchandising lines for both the comics and TV show, featuring action figures, board games and beyond, as well as video and mobile games and novels. The comic has sold more than 50 million copies worldwide and is sold in over 60 countries in 30 plus languages. Kirkman's decision to end The Walking Dead without warning is in line with a similar creative choice he made with Die, his comic book collaboration with former Walking Dead showrunner and current franchise chief content officer Scott M. Gimple, launched in 2018 with no advance notice. In 2018, Kirkman spoke with Hollywood Reporter and described his decision behind the series Die, released in a way that now boasts added significance in light of the surprise Walking Dead finale. The comic industry as a whole can be very complacent. The systems are in place. Everybody uses those same systems. Comic live or die based on the generic press releases and interview structures, and it's the same websites that cover comic book news. There's very rudimentary system of going into a comic shop and finding a comic and hearing about a comic online. I'm always trying to think of ways to shake that up, where you energize the industry to a certain extent and do things that make people take notice in a way that's not normal. Kirkman went on to highlight how Die would end story arcs without any advance notice, leading to a natural follow-up question: would the series itself end without advance notice? Kirkman's answers to that question speaks to what just occurred within The Walking Dead. Absolutely, we're trying to do everything we can to be as surprising as possible. In his final words in Walking Dead 193, Kirkman speaks about the importance of creatively ambushing his audience throughout the telling of his tale. That really worked out for Rian Johnson, didn't it? Especially with the finale, The Walking Dead has always been built on surprise, not knowing what's going to happen when you turn the page. Who's going to die? The success of the series, it's been essential to the success of the series. It's been the lifeblood that's been keeping it going all these years, keeping people engaged. It just felt wrong and against the very nature of this series not to make the actual end as surprising as all the big deaths, from Shane all the way to Rick. The problem is, mate, nobody knew it was ending. Indeed, Shane and Rick serve as bookends for the Walking Dead comic book series, the first and last main characters to meet their end. Rick's death came in the penultimate issue of the series, a shocking turn that left many fans to wonder how exactly Kirkman would continue the story. Now we have the answer. Kirkman won't continue the story, at least not in comic book form, with the final issue telling one last tale about the world created in the image of Rick Grimes' legacy. It's really hot here, so I'm sweating. Not that you fucking care. Even with the surprise demise of the comic book, the Walking Dead franchise continues onwards. The flagship AMC series launches its 10th season in the fall, with series leads Norman Reedus and Melissa McBride still along for the ride, even as Danai Gurira's Michonne plans to exit in the season ahead. Fear the Walking Dead is currently in the midst of its 5th season. Andrew Lincoln's Rick Grimes will fight again in the series of movies for AMC written by Scott and Gimple. A third Walking Dead series has been announced, focusing on a younger generation of survivors in the apocalypse, with the filming set to begin this summer. Well, it's unprecedented, isn't it? Let me be clear. I stopped watching The Walking Dead. I stopped reading the comics a while back. I think The Walking Dead has been successful because initially Kirkman did something unique. And do you know what the problem is? And I found this myself with people I know. When you're trying to become successful, maybe you're trying to become famous, or you want your stories read by millions of people, you want to make some dosh out of it, you want people to respect your talent. Before that happens, you're so hungry to achieve your goals that you're really focused. And what happens once you become successful, what you're doing becomes watered down. Maybe not necessarily by your own choice, but when you sell out to big companies, they want you to dumb down. They want you to water down. They want you to hit their audience demos because advertisers want that. And this is what the problem. This is the consequences of success. Finding out yesterday that the comics were ending, I was shocked. But I'm a very cynical person. And this is what I feel. I think it's ended it's either ended and it's not really ended and he'll continue the story in a few months, even though he's apparently killed off, his main characters, right? Or this actually really has ended. Why? Why end something that's making you so much money? There's no morals in this industry, whether it's comics or movie. They want to keep on getting you in there and making money off of you. They want to suck the thing dry. So why would they end it? There's something untoward going on. This is the only reason anything ends that's popular in Hollywood. Or maybe The Walking Dead just isn't as popular as it used to be. Maybe that's it. But from what we're seeing with The Walking Dead original series, Fear the Walking Dead and another series, right? It looks like it's going to be a prequel one. The Walking Dead live action isn't going anywhere anytime soon, especially with the Rick Grimes movies. And if they work out, they'll make more. And so, what do you think about this? How do you feel about the Walking Dead comics going? For me, I'm absolutely shocked, but I smell a big, fat rat. What do you think? Like, share, and subscribe.